Oh God.
Anyways, so yeah, that brings a close to our discovery segment. I hope you guys learned a little bit from watching us. Next, we are going to bring it into the week 8. 8 is my favorite number, so let's hope for a good one. Kyle, what do you got for us? Who are you going
Yeah.
against? What are you going to do?
Kyle's got an
So
Oh,
L. He's got an L.
I,
That's what
I
he's
I
got.
gotta I gotta lead into this. Actually, I'm gonna pull up the schedule right in front of me because I actually think right now this is probably going to be the most crucial coming weeks. To be quite honest with you, so the next game we play is the Carolina Panthers. Our schedule right now, as it's ranked in the NFL, is the easiest schedule going forward. So, as much as Carolina, and I'm not going to sleep on Carolina because it is a divisional rival. Just like if we were to play the Saints or we play the Bucks, like you never know what's going to happen in these games. With that being said, though, I do think we should win this game. I don't necessarily think we're going to blow anybody out, but especially as the weeks go on and I think potentially we might see an appearance from CP. I think we're going to find out more so if it'll be a game time decision either this week or probably next week.
CP.
But Cordell Patterson is definitely on the rise to come back. And again, it's no hate to the Bucks, but they're definitely figuring a lot of stuff out. The Panthers obviously are too, but they kind of are settled in. They know what they are. Right. And that does say a lot, even for teams that aren't doing well right now. So this is going to be a very crucial game.
You're at a 3-4 right now?
3-4, and it's for the division. Like our
5.
next 4 games are Panthers, Chargers, Panthers, Bears, Commanders. That's 5. But the thing is I'm going to be honest with you. The next 5 games are very, very, very winnable. Very winnable. So honestly,
not the 5th one.
Wow, we'll see.
Actually, this one and the 5th one. Right?
You know what? You just wait. All right. Well, we play.
I can't wait to bring you on.
Game. I might pick a tie on that one.
You picked a tie, right?
But no, I think more so probably than any game going forward for the rest of the season. This next game is going to be the decider if we actually are going to be a squeaker into the playoffs or not, to be quite honest with you. So I do think the Falcons are going to, as long as injuries obviously, help us and not hinder us, but we do get some of our cornerbacks back. Regardless of the defense, I trust our offensive line a lot more than I trust Carolina's offensive line. And our defense has actually surprised quite a bit throughout the whole entire season. So I guess a score. I'm going to say something 27-14 for Atlanta. I think we're going to win by a good margin, to be quite honest with you, but that's what I'm thinking. So write it down. Go ahead.
Write that down.
27-14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
Well, what do you think, Sean? I guess
perfect segue, Sean. What do you got?
Oh yeah. You know what? Listen, no, I'm not. I mean, look, I'm gonna be very honest with you. We're underdogs in this ball game. We're not supposed to win this. I think last week might have been our Super Bowl, being able to not only beat the GOAT but hold him to only 3 points. I mean, hey, it was definitely a shot in the arm for us. But I'm gonna be realistic and maybe reverse psychology. Maybe a little Ben will help me out. I'm gonna pick us to lose 27-23. I think we're going to have a chance to win it late in the game, but I think Mariota is going to play safe ball and they're going to be able to run the clock out on us towards the end. So I'm saying 27-23 in favor of the Falcons. We're going to lose this one. And look, we'll after that, we'll be 2-6. It doesn't get much better for us after that. We got the Bengals, but then we ended up playing the Falcons again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, we can look good, but then we got the Ravens, and then we got the Broncos, who haven't been doing great, and then we got the Seahawks, and then we got the Steelers. So, look, realistically, if you look at this, we can go win, loss all the way down the road, but what good is that going to do for us right now? It's kind of the same question I'm asking in Washington. It's like, well, do you really think you're going to win 10 straight games and get to the playoffs? Or do you think you're going to be 8-9 and be at the 17th pick again, 18th pick, not really being able to get one of the best receivers or quarterbacks?
Yeah.
And then, but at the same time, you don't want to pick too early and get somebody else. So
Are you guys in such of a re-candlelit moment that you guys would be experimenting on some kind of cool different plays and different little sequences?
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. My dad always told me: the most dangerous man is a desperate man. And right now, the Panthers are desperate. They're trying to figure it out. Last year they spent a bunch of draft picks on getting Sam Darnold. That didn't work. This year we ended up trying to get Baker Mayfield. That hasn't proven to work. We're just grasping at straws. We got Cam Newton back a year ago. As you saw, we traded away CMC. Like right now, it's just like PJ Walker, hey, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. Let's go. Whatever. Hey, what do we have to lose?
Yeah.
What do we have to lose right now?
A desperate team is a scary team. You're not wrong. You're honestly not wrong at all.
So
Very
we'll
well
see.
said.
See.
Ben, you got some good words? What do you think,
Well-
8 week? Who are you going against?
Well, we're going against the Ravens tomorrow night.
Oh,
big
right.
Big Thursday night game. Right now we're struggling, as you know, and our defense is going to be really depleted because we're going to have a lot of starters out. This is a game where, like I said earlier, it could go two ways. Either the Ravens blow it out or the Bucs blow them out. If the Bucs can offensively, it's been hard this year, they can keep up with the Ravens offensively, we might have a chance.
Mhm.
But right now, they haven't done anything in the red zone. We've scored one touchdown in our last two games. Think about that. One touchdown. That was a Leonard Fournette touchdown, like in the fourth quarter. And all we're doing is kicking field goals. This is a team that's too talented, too good. And you got Tom Brady as a quarterback that can't score a touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's shocking, honestly.
It is. And, so my projection tomorrow night, I'm going to go Ravens. I have to be honest, because
Okay.
even though the one I will say this, the one thing we got going for us, we can keep it close to the fourth quarter. We know the Ravens. We know how many leads they've blown this year. They should have a better record than they have. And also, J.K. Dobbins is out for the Ravens, their running back.
Yeah.
And last week we let Foreman, we let Hubbard run all over us. So, that could help us a little bit. We don't have to face a top running back. But again, Foreman had a great game against us, so that doesn't really mean nothing. So, like I said, if we can keep it close going into the fourth quarter, I think we have a chance to win. But honestly, right now, I don't have enough confidence to say that we can do that, just because mainly our red zone inefficiency and the injuries in our backfield.
You're doing a reverse psychology on a reverse engineering an L into a W, I think.
I wish I did, Nicole. I really do. I want to use that excuse, but I don't know if I
Yeah.
can.
Okay.
Hope I'm right on that.
I looked it up. So I just looked it up. Tom Brady has only lost 3 games once in his career in a row.
Oh, wow.
So this would be the second time if this happens.
Wow.
Yeah.
I still think the tablet thing could be linked to reviewing the numbers.
Tablet,
Anyway.
the numbers, the refs.
The balls, the deflated balls.
I kid.
Come on,
I
man.
hope them all
The
are great.
wedding?
Robert Kraft. Yeah.
Right,
one
right.
thing-
Why did you have a wedding right now?
The one thing about getting to know the NFC South takeover is I really do enjoy your guys' company and your fandom for your guys' team, your loyalty, dedication. And I'm rooting for you all the beginning of the season. I'm starting to realize that it's coming down to a crossroads where we have to pick a winner of the NFC South. And I was joking about it at first, but I don't want to say to I want the South too. And I'm not going to give it up, and I am going to keep asking, and I'm going to predict another win. And I know I always say we're going to win, but that's how I feel all the time. So you're going to put up with a spicy Saints fan, and I don't think we all think like this, but I do. I'm picking 34-30 again. We're going up against the Raiders at home. They're 2-4. We're 2-5. Apparently, there's this guy named Josh Jacobs as their QB.
Running back.
Running back.
Running back.
Running back.
Yeah, he's a stud right now too.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we got a guy that eats sacks for lunch. So
That's Derek Carr. That's Derek Carr.
I guess you can't really sack a running back. Never mind.
Well, you could.
We make everything possible. We do things that hasn't been done before. So they just announced QB is going to start off as Andy Dalton.
Okay.
So we still got quite an injury list. Michael Thomas, Landry, Trotman, and Lattimore did not practice on Wednesday. So it's still sad to see a little bit of our all-star wide receivers out. I think it will be a high-scoring game due to some turnovers. Hey,
Nicole, I'll tell you right now.
Every game now.
Saints are going to win this game. I'm pretty confident on that, actually.
Yeah. Also, too, good to note that Dennis Allen's squad needs to help out. Dennis Allen has a history of starting out 3-4 in each of his first 2 years with the Raiders as a head coach, and only go to 1-8 down the stretch in both seasons, losing twice, losing 6 games in a row.
Wow.
He was dismissed after a 0-4 start in his 3rd year on the job.
Wow.
So, I don't know who to hand it off to, but my eyes are on the ball. But yeah, I expect us to win. I just think it's going to be high scoring. You know what? I hope though that there's no turnovers. If we could do no turnovers, we're at a turnover ratio of -10. The next one is -7 in the league for the Colts. If we could manage a no turnover, that'll be the winning key. That's all I'm going to say.
I love it. I do got a question for Sean, just because I know you're a Commanders fan and you are a honorary Panthers fan.
Let's go.
You now know probably more about the NFC South, obviously being on this show. Honest opinion, who wins the division?
The South?
Yes. Because I want a non-bias.
I gotta say, all right, it's. I have never won any money betting against Tom Brady. Let me start right there. I have never won money betting against Tom Brady. That 28-3, I was betting against Tom Brady. Yeah, we saw that one. Honestly, look at us. We're a dumpster fire. We're not gonna. We're gonna shock some people. I think we can get some more divisional wins, but we're not gonna do it. Nicole, I'm sorry, but Sean Payton, like you like to tell me, he decided to not coach, and he's in the booth. And then, the Andy Dalton, Jameis Winston, who's going to do it? I just don't see y'all for doing it. Look, if Cordero Patterson can come back and he can be healthy and y'all can get some serious play from Kyle Pitts and Mariota, it's very possible that Atlanta could win this division. It's very possible.
I think it's a coin toss.
I mean, honestly, between the two of you, and just because – Tampa, there's so much going on there. I mean, you already know Todd Bowles. You were talking about him. But then, obviously, Tom Brady is on his own. He's doing his own thing. He's got a lot of stuff going on. So where football used to be a release, but now he's going out other places and doing other things. So we don't know where his head is at. Then that catch, that you talk about the first play of the game where Mike Evans dropped that ball. I think that was – it just kind of shows where the team is just not focused. You know what I mean? That loss to the Steelers is just remind not focused, because Steelers and us are terrible teams. So it's a toss up. I think it's going to come. What y'all play at the end of the year?
Yeah, we're the last game.
I think it's going to come down to that. To be very honest with you, I think I realistically think it's going to come down to that, because I don't think you can keep Tom Brady down for long. But I don't think Atlanta is as bad as a lot of people are calling and saying that they are.
I thought we were going to be way worse than what we are. I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah, but now look, this is not a push up to Atlanta, because I still think Tom Brady and the Bucs are not going to be great. Yeah. I don't even know if they're getting 10 wins this year. Like, yeah, I think it's going to be a struggle, and they're going to have a lot more trouble with the NFC South, as you saw this week, as we go further down the year. So I think it's going to come down to that last week of the season.
That's fair.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Sean thinks that the Falcons are going to take it.
Wow.
Oh.
I'd be optimistic. I'm optimistic. The only thing with going with what you said is I'm hopeful, but that final game, Tom Brady has a notorious record of rising up when he doesn't need to. So honestly, if it's ever, it'd be nice, because the thing is if it does happen, which is the next game, that will be the first time that the Atlanta Falcons have beat Tom Brady. That would be the very first time.
And that might be the one thing that breaks the curse. You know, you couldn't get past the 23. On his potential last game of his career, you send him out, take him out of the playoffs. That might be the breaking of the curse, man.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm putting it all on the line on my fantasy so far. Ironically, I got Andy Dalton versus Tom Brady going up against.
Yes.
So, that would be interesting. How entertaining.
Well, that was good. That's awesome.
Yeah, you never know. I do think that we got a lot of entertaining teams here, though. I think our division is quite entertaining, to say the least. Quite surprising, actually, too, with the Falcons. I handed you the baton, but I'm still. It's still, I'm not letting go. I'm like, I handed it to you, but I'm like, I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll see you next week. We'll see you next week.
Yes, we will.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.